Disappointing?
Because I have clear ones for
Okay.
disappointing and
Okay.
surprising.
Mine, for most disappointing, since it's so fresh in my mind, The Last Jedi. I went there,
Disappointing. Oh, yeah.
like, I went there with the highest hopes that came out, and I did not like The Last Jedi whatsoever. When people ask me what I thought of the movie, I go, it's 2.5 hours long. I was like, it feels like 2.5 hours long, and it feels like nothing happens in 2.5 hours.
It doesn't contribute to Star Wars.
So,
Okay, so I'm the Dennis in this conversation.
I liked The Last Jedi, to be fair. I just feel
Oh.
like it did.
I thought it was okay.
It did nothing to further Star Wars. Is the only
Yeah.
shot I had.
Okay, because I liked it more than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I like.
I have The Force Awakens down as my most disappointing movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, I was not a fan of it at
I'm
all.
gonna go home
And
with
this is-
Batman and Star Wars.
and The Last Jedi is your most disappointing. But you weren't as disappointed with The Last Jedi. As
I
you
enjoyed
were.
it more. I found The Last Jedi was okay. Not fantastic, but I did definitely enjoy it a lot more than The Force Awakens.
Okay, yeah, that's the way I feel about it too. So go ahead. You go ahead. About why you're disappointed.
Well, no, like, this thing's the gist of it. Like, okay, I don't want to spend too much time elaborating, but it's like, when you go in thinking, oh my god, Star Wars again, it's great. I watch Star Wars all the time, and you walk out and you're like, that was not, like I planned on rewatching it ever since it came out on Netflix and DVD. I have no interest. Like, I scroll and I see something else to watch. I'll watch National Treasure 2
Can this all
before.
part of his reaction to
That's why I put him next to me.
Yeah. And I think we've had this conversation before,
Yeah.
but I'm just.
It's shocking every time.
Yeah.
You think Dennis would learn?
The only thing, well, I'm just going to jump
Yeah,
in for
no.
2 seconds,
Oh, sure.
if I could.
Yes.
The only thing that I really did enjoy about The Last Jedi, like, The Force Awakens, I absolutely hated Kylo Ren. Hated him. He was just a little emo kid.
Yeah.
But I feel like the character in The Last Jedi was a lot more mature. Like, just seeing that character develop into something.
More
Like,
well-rounded.
I really enjoyed
I'll
him.
give The Last Jedi credit for one scene where him and Rey team up and
That was really.
That was an amazing
That
duel.
was
That was a great duel.
that was
The only disappointing part about that
cut
is I
everyone
felt
out.
they built Snoke up so much, and then just like whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was supposed to be your main antagonist for like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mixed on that because, like,
You can
Just touch just poke it.
I got one more movie on here, and I don't want to bring it up because it get killed again. But from a guy who liked Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, I was extremely disappointed with Justice League.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm glad.
From that,
We're proud of you.
yes, we can go on about what we hear, what happened behind the scenes during the making of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
What?
We didn't discuss this at all.
Oh, like no, it's not. It's
No,
no,
you're fine.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Superman, but
Oh,
no,
the upper
I
lip,
don't-
the CGI upper
we
lip.
we got to go to bed at some point.
It was pretty bad.
So from the opening scene, what I think is a Superman close-up shot of the fake lip, basically, because it's like through the kid's phone or whatever.
Can you imagine if they didn't have to take off his mom? Like, I don't know. Like, what's wrong with bearded Superman?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Especially the majority of Man of like the first like.
He's got a big bushy beard.
Yeah.
And like they could have played it off like
You just magically shave when he finds the ship.
they even could have like played it off like he was dead or whatever.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
have a beard.
I guess that one scene. I don't know. Yeah, like if he came back from the dead with that, but like imagine because I liked that scene.
That
That
was
was the
the-
kids.
Best scene in the movie was when they brought him back.
Oh really?
I love it.
Okay.
like the fight scene or
Yeah.
Or how they. Oh really?
Yes.
Even with unbleeding or whatever.
No, not that.
Okay.
Well, do you bleed close up of the upper lip basically?
Nothing about like when he first comes back to the monument.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
he's greeted by the four.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
scene leading up to bring out the big guns is like
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite scene in the whole movie.
I did like the part in the fight when the Flash thinks he's got the
That
upper
is-
hand.
That gives you the chills.
Yeah, and like
That was
that
like a
shows
well
you
done
just
scene.
how
like he's
powerful
running and he's like,
Superman
oh shit,
is.
he can see me.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I was like, okay, I actually like got a grin, and I was like,
That's one of
That's
the
amazing.
reasons that I
Yeah.
like Justice League is they actually showed Superman for how powerful he
Yeah.
actually is.
Yeah.
For the first time ever on a movie.
yeah.
Because Man of Steel, they didn't show what Superman is capable of doing.
Uh-huh.
He can hold a fucking black hole in his hand, for Christ's sake. But he can't, like, kick the shit out of General Zod's goons. Like, seriously?
Mhm. Well, yeah, I chalk that up to like it's his first time in the field. He's not like this is the like first super fight he's been in kind of thing, and it's
But
they
same.
are, and they kind of played up the fact that like when you first get all your
Yeah.
power from the yellow sun, you're
Yeah.
like as strong as you'll ever be kind of thing. So they had like raw strength over his like refined strength kind of thing. I don't know.
But, like, in movies, like, that Justice League, like, they show
Oh, yeah,
off
they definitely
what
got-
Superman is.
Yeah,
and
that's-
I appreciated that.
That's definitely
That's the highlight of that whole movie.
of
Superman
how he
is-
could just come in and like slap Steppenwolf
Yeah.
around and just be like,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys are
not a
still
problem
doing
for
this?
yeah.
Everyone else was struggling. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
he just shows up.
And it's not like weak characters. Like Wonder Woman's a god.
Mhm.
Cyborg, Aquaman's probably as close to a god as you can
Mhm.
get.
Mhm.
Batman, Flash, and you can't.
Like how there's like
notice-
nothing there for Batman.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it's-
Batman.
it's
Well,
Batman.
and like as for the Flash too, like he is a super powerful character
Yeah.
too, right? Like he can. I just feel like where they're going with this version of it, it's like he trips every like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He's never gonna get to like the full like comic book potential of like he's you can't mess around with him, like nothing even in like the TV shows, like he'll never reach his like full potential.
Every
of,
season's
like,
always need to go faster. Need to go faster.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like it doesn't make sense how like you can bait like week to week in that show, like he'll be able to deal with like a petty thug and like
Yeah.
with no problems, and then like the next week they'll be pretty much just a petty thug, but like with a little bit of superpowers, and he can't defeat him. It's
Yeah.
like, no man, you're the fastest person alive.
Yeah.
You could go into the
You
Speed
went
Force.
back
You
in
could,
time in the last.
yeah, like, you can do anything, like, but they'll just never get there with this movie version. And
All right, so this is my two disappointed movies, films. What do you got there, Justin?
Well, I got The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I mean, I think hype worked against that one big time because I mean, there was such a gap in between. What was the last one that came out? Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. There was just such an there's so many years in between that everyone was waiting and waiting and waiting. And we got it, and it wasn't bad by any means, but it just wasn't great. You didn't have characters that were living up to the potential, or like living up to sort of match what we had. You didn't have Darth Vader. Kylo Ren was not a Darth Vader. Rey was not bad, but she was no Luke Skywalker. Finn, I'm not a fan of. Like,
Me either.
Finn is just, there's nothing interesting about him.
No, I agree.
Someone like Poe. Poe is a little more interesting. He's got his scenes, he's got his moments, but like Finn just did nothing for me. But just The Force Awakens, I don't know, I just walked out of the theater and I felt like I had watched A New Hope all over again.
Yeah.
might as well have been a remake.
Yeah, it might as well have been. Like, it just, I don't know. Like, I didn't hate it, but to me it was disappointing and just didn't feel good about it.
I think a lot of that is that it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right.
Just that name.
Potential.
It's like
Yeah.
you have so much you have to achieve and live up to that, which it's hard to even try to touch the first week because you can't.
Yeah.
And I think they have to stop trying to get back to that level to make what you think is a good Star Wars movie and hope for the best. Which doesn't usually work out, but you never know.
Is that all you got for disappointing, or?
Well, I got Transformers 3. We'll just kind of fly through it because, I mean, it's the Transformers series. It's nothing amazing anyway. I mean, I enjoyed the first one because it was like, oh my god, this is Transformers.
And then like the
This is
second
Transformers.
one set the bar so low. They were like, the third one.
This is where it's all gonna turn around.
Well, the second one, the second one was pure garbage. The writing was garbage. The jokes were garbage. But I showed up to the Transformers movie wanting robots fighting robots, and I will say that one delivered. That one had so many badass robots fighting robots. You couldn't understand which robot was fighting which robot. It made no fucking
It
sense.
was definitely happening.
Yeah, there was definitely some action, but I mean,
Optimus fucking died for you,
I
man.
know.
He came back.
Yeah.
Same film.
In the same film. Yeah, the writing was not great. And then the third one, I just
Hour and a
remember.
half of job interviews and
Oh, for
Yeah,
fuck's sake.
Sheila Booth, like the first half.
You're not listening to me.
Oh, the third one was just, oh man, Shia LaBeouf saves the universe twice, and then the third movie, it's just like, well,
I
you
can't
know,
get a
how
job.
about he finds it hard to get a job, and we'll base the entire movie around that, or the first half of the movie around that. We'll have a bunch of cameos
Somehow,
from people
no
that
one
were
knows who the
famous at
fuck
one
this
point.
kid is.
Yeah, it's just they wasted a lot of time on that, and then they moved on. Like the pacing was so bad.
Yeah.
There was like a couple scenes, like they finally made. I can't remember what the situation was. The city was locked down. All the Decepticons were there.
Yeah.
All the Autobots are heading there, and you're like, okay, they're gonna go there. It's gonna be a big fight. It's gonna be amazing. They get there. Optimus gives this great big speech, and like you get chills. You're like, oh, action's about to start, and then it just kind of like drags on. No fighting for the
Doesn't
longest
he
time.
like leave or something like that for something?
Yeah, he goes to kill someone, gets stuck in the fucking cranes for like
Yeah.
half the fucking movie.
Yeah, Optimus is finally coming. He's starting to kick ass. Gets tangled in some wires.
Him and the NASCAR dudes.
3 characters have to come and untangle him. It's like, meanwhile, Decepticons are going around kicking ass. And then one scene that really, really bothered me is just off screen at some point. There was Bumblebee. There was that nerdy Autobot.
Einstein.
The scientist one. Like, there was a couple of them that, like, you see them fighting, and then it goes to another scene, and then it comes back, and all of a sudden they're prisoners.
Yeah.
Decepticons have the guns to their heads, and then they execute the Einstein guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, first of all, what the hell happened in between? Second of all, why are the Autobots surrendering? Because they have fucking guns attached to them. What reason? Like, in what situation do you stop and be like, oh, fuck, you got me.
Yeah.
Let me just bend over so you can shoot me in
And
the
wouldn't
head.
you eliminate the biggest threat first, which is Bumblebee?
Yeah.
The other guy that has no weapons.
Yeah, it's just, oh, like that scene was just brutal. You can transform a gun out of any part of your body, but they just gave up. Like, fuck.
That's part of that.
You
movie
guys
that
went to
was
that.
when Optimus lands for the first time, just like flies through, transform, and kills like 7 of them.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
keeps going. That scene is awesome.
Yeah. One part that I did like was, Optimus was the nice guy in the first movie. Second movie, he dies, comes back, and he's, he kills the Fallen, like, just completely slaughters the guy. And then the third movie, it's just like, there's no fucking around. It's just like Megatron is about to lose, and then Megatron's just like, well, how about we have a peace treaty or something like that? And then Optimus is just like, nope, cuts his head off. It's just
With
he
one
walks,
arm.
yeah, walks up to Sentinel Prime, and it's just like, Sentinel Prime, this character. Well, he shoots him in the head with a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's just, Sentinel Prime, his mentor for all these years that betrayed him, and he's just like, Sentinel Prime's asking for mercy. Optimus just shoots him in the head. It's like, whoa, what the fuck happened to you? You are not a leader. You're not a good guy.
Prime.
Oh,
He learned a lot about himself. He was tangled up in the cranes.
yeah.
So where does my life become?
Have you guys are like up to date?
Yeah.
on
Oh,
you guys saw
Bumblebee.
those movies? It's
Dude,
like there's been 4 and 5.
Yeah, the
after.
fourth one,
Do we have
I
to
enjoyed-
get into the Wahlberg ones?
I just do it quickly. The fourth one, I mean, unpopular opinion, I didn't mind the fourth one.
It was okay.
The
It
fifth
was
one,
longer than I
Fourth
thought.
one's the first one where they flush Shia LaBeouf
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
I like that for the Dinobots.
The fifth one is just pure
It
garbage.
was pretty bad. That's one
I've heard nothing good about this.
Um,
And now
well,
the
you're
next one's
correct.
going to be Bumblebee.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
That one I'm
not-
kind of excited about.
because
Is Michael
it's
Bay
not-
tied in?
No, he's
No,
It actually looks like it
I've
could be
heard and
really
I've seen like pictures of like
it's like
original recipe
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah.
and
that's if they actually make it like
that
that,
looks pretty
it's
cool.
going to be
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So-
sure.
You know, I've only seen the first one.
That's the only one you should watch.
Yeah, like I shouldn't bother going
No.
on the.
No,
on the
it's just the same shit but worse.
That's what I've heard. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe maybe we'll do an episode on.
If they make
Bumblebee
original-
like feels like it's coming back.
It's and it's kind of
There's-
going back, like
If they
like,
make
even
the
like
cartoon.
color wise, like where it's like
yeah.
in these movies don't know who's fighting who, but just in the trailers alone, like you see Bumblebee fighting like someone who's just like all kind of blue kind of thing. And it's very easy just to
If they make original Optimus Prime, I don't care what the fuck the movie's about.
Oh, one of the trailers did show him, I think.
Yeah.
I think there. I saw
Whether
pictures
they
of,
mess
like,
that
It's
up
all
or
like
not.
Generation 1 character.
If
Like
they-
it shows them fighting on Cybertron.
If they make
The only
that,
thing was like I don't think it's
I'm-
only I think it's only gonna be like either like the opening scene or because it's a Bumblebee movie, so Optimus isn't gonna be
Yeah,
in it. If it was an Optimus movie, it'd be Transformers the prequel.
Dream.
I don't care how long it's.
But-
If they make it exactly what Transformers started as, that's enough for me.
yeah, and that's kind of like the question of this, right? Is this like a reboot or like it's a soft reboot?
I have a
Because
feeling if it does good, it'll be a soft reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't do good, there's because like
It'll just be
They're
another
kinda- I feel like
Transformers.
they're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're just gonna if they're saying, "Hey, this is all part of the same franchise," because this one takes place in the 80s or something.
yeah, because
The 80s.
Yeah, it goes
in the
back
fifth
quite a while.
one, there's a random flashback about how Bumblebee's been on the Earth since
Okay,
World
so
War
they
II,
have kind of set this up.
and he
okay.
like what was it in the
But
fifth one?
whether
He helped
they
take down
find
Hitler or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was in World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So-
didn't know that there was any sort
Yeah,
of.
that's the
Yeah.
only build-up. Just like one little quick scene because like Anthony Hopkins is in the fifth one. His character like knows who
Every-
who
Anthony
Bumblebee
Hopkins,
is.
who also walks up to who is it, Megatron or one of the villain in that one, just walks up to him and decides he wants to fight him, and obviously dies because he's trying to fight a fucking Decepticon when he's a human.
With a cane.
Yeah, with a cane.
The most
Wow.
cringeworthy scene.
I know he's Anthony Hopkins, but like,
The whole movie they build him up as this really smart person,
yeah,
and then he just walks towards a Decepticon with a cane.
It
And
was
just like,
at
I'm gonna kill that
It was at the
Ah.
fucking like standing stones.
Oh,
like
like
doing some-
Stonehenge.
Yeah, they're doing
Oh
some
my god!
ritual thing, and he comes out of nowhere and like says something to just blow him up.
Yeah, that's it. No more Anthony Hopkins.
The most like
You guys had
if
one good
we're
actor.
gonna talk about the fifth one, the most cringeworthy moment of that entire movie was the roll call scene of like the Decepticons.
Oh,
near the
that was
beginning.
bad.
Oh my
They did a
God.
roll call.
Yeah,
like
Like the characters had the
Suicide
names
Squad.
underneath them and everything.
And then
Yeah.
And then there were characters that all died in the first scene they fought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Why?
exactly. It was,
I-
it was
Makes no
exactly.
sense.
It was
Is
exactly
that
the
like
same
directed
when
by
they
Guy
introduced
Ritchie or
Suicide
something?
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Michael Bay was like, "Oh man, it's like Suicide Squad last night." And then it's like slightly interesting roll call of these characters.
So seriously, just stick with the one you watched.
Yeah. Just assume that the franchise was great.
They only made one movie.
I might look up that scene of Anthony Hopkins getting murdered by or something because that's
You could watch the fifth one just for like how stupid the shit
Okay,
is.
yeah, I might do that.
You're like, wow, that's even worse than I thought it was gonna be.
What was the thing that I said I was gonna watch earlier though? Because
I
you've got to
gotta
watch.
do the Godfather
You've
movies.
got to watch the.
Yeah.
Okay, start with one. Like, try.
I thought it was
one.
all three of them, but yeah. I'll
Yeah,
take
but
one.
like saying for like the next episode, like come in with like being
Okay.
your
it was something he said.
John Wick.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch John Wick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that I'm not gonna do the transfer. I'll watch that one scene. Yeah, I'll watch John Wick for the next
I
one.
feel like
At
if,
least
you,
the first
if you
one.
type in bad Transformers scenes, they might just show
You're
you.
gonna get like, you're gonna get 4 movies.
So be specific.
I didn't like the first one either.
There's a fourth movie. To explain to him the Optimus Prime scene. Optimus Prime.
Okay, so this is like I get why people don't like it for some reason. I like the fourth one. There's like a horrendous scene. It's another Optimus Prime like speech scene, and you got 2 robots that he's like talking to, voiced by John Goodman and Ken Watanabe.
Okay.
And anyway, irrelevant to like the thing, but like he gives this great like little speech, whatever, right? And one Transformer goes, "Oh man, that's our leader or a king or whatever.
No.
And then the other guy goes, no, that's Optimus Prime. He looks directly in the camera.
Yeah. It's Optimus Prime. Like, right in the camera. It was so bad. Like, why would...
That's what he's trying to get the Dinobots.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not our leader, that's Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he zoomed right in on him while the other one's walking away.
Wow. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to watch these movies. Part of me wants to go in on these.
Well, we haven't sold you by now.
Yeah, like just to see.
I mean, the
how
second
good
movie
they
had
are.
not one, but 2 scenes of dogs fucking. Because Michael Bay was like, you know what
That
would be
is
funny? If
true.
Shia LaBeouf came home and he had 2 dogs having sex on his front lawn. And you're like, okay, that's a little weird. And then he leaves his house again and is like, what if we had that same scene again, but they're having sex in a different location?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, Michael, that is great!
Like their treehouse doghouse thing.
Yeah.
With like glitter diamonds and shit.
But they're reeling him in, right? Like he's not directing Bumblebee.
No.
Oh,
He's
no.
not.
That's why
Someone finally cut him.
I mean,
That's
he,
why it
doesn't
doesn't
do it
promise.
anymore.
so he did the first 3. He did the first 5 in the end, but like he went to do the first 3.
Mhm.
I believe he was done for the third one, but he had the most. What was it? If the story's right, he was in line for like a premiere for a ride based off the Transformers movies, and that inspired him to do the 4th one. He was like, I can't leave this project.
Well, he wasn't very inspired.
And then he just did the 5th one, and then that's when like.
Was that his way?
That's
out?
when
Even-
the studio
even-
was
no-
like, okay.
Well, no, even like when like it's a Michael Bay movie, you turn off your brain. Like he doesn't
Yeah,
like
it is a Michael Bay.
he knows that.
right.
Yeah,
So
like,
he
he's got
everyone.
that by this
But like
point.
even like the 5th chance, living with that standard, the 5th one, garbage.
It was so bad.
Like it's almost like it's like nothing happens in the movie. It's like 2 hours of them like running around,
It was really bad.
and then like it's almost like the premise of the 3rd movie again because it's all about their home planet,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Connecting to Earth or whatever.
Yeah,
But like that was another movie that he also directed.
just this time.
So he's rehashing his own stories
Yeah.
2 movies later.
And then the Bumblebee movie came around, and Michael was like, "Hey, can I direct this one?" I'm like, "No." I was like,
They
"Why
did
not?" I was
no,
like,
man,
"Well, we
they-
want this to be good."
They hung up.
Yeah.
Like they're like
No, they just sent clips of the
Oh,
They're-
Michael's calling.
they're
again.
all sitting around the table. They're all sitting around the table. There's one phone in the middle, and like it's the Michael Bay phone. Someone calls and it blows up.
Yeah.
And they just
It can't blow up just once. It's gonna be like
oh no, it's like gratuitous. Like the whole table's gone.
that's that's more like.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
disappointing movie turned into a rant about Transformers.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty disappointing.
Well,
Yeah.
but it's on your list.
Moving on to James here.
All right, so one of them is Batman vs Superman.
Mm.
We already
Moving
talked
on.
about that.
I think we've covered that.
The other
But
one.
in case you have anything to add, we have
No, I
another
feel
3
like
hours.
we covered that one. The other one's Crimson Peak.
Oh my god, that was.
Were you
fun.
really anticipating that though? Like,
It was advertised as a horror movie
Yeah.
directed by
Guillermo
Del Toro.
I'm not
And
familiar with
his-
this one.
Crimson Peak. It
The,
starred
the graphics in the
Loki.
movie are stellar.
Loki and the dude from Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam. And it was like a not medieval time period, but
Victorian.
like Victorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
England. Yeah.
The
And-
graphics in the movie are amazing because of who directed it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's advertised as a horror movie, and nothing in that movie is.
It's a love story, not a horror
Yeah.
movie.
It's a love story between Loki and Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Like as a love story itself, it wasn't that great.
No.
Yeah.
And like, I don't do horror movies that much because of shit like that. Because most horror movies now are just disappointing.
Yeah.
Like I've never watched Conjuring, which that's probably going to be the one I watch. I have it. I just never watched it. That movie, you somehow convinced me to even go. Watching the trailers, just seeing the graphics of the movies, like, okay, this could be really good.
Okay.
And it just
Wasn't.
nothing about that movie made me want to ever watch it again, or it was like keeping me like entertained while there. Like it was just boring, and nothing about it was thrilling or like enticing at all.
It was just
Mary Ann loved it.
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah?
Also got some
Yeah,
content.
The one who went in not wanting to see the movie because she doesn't like horror movies came out loving the movie because
Yeah.
it wasn't a
Oh,
horror
wow.
movie.
Yeah, but yeah,
But like even if you put it to like love story standards or like
And
drama standards,
it's not like it had a lot of hype for being this great horror movie and everything.
Right.
Just to me, seeing the trailers and this could actually be a horror movie that could be really good, and it just shit the bed completely for me. So that's my.
That's your last one?
Yeah, I like to.
please don't bring the Batman again.
No, I won't. No, it would be Justice League for me.
You probably even went into that with low standards to begin with, and you came out like
Yeah, why did I think? No, I think I went in with pretty middle ground standards.
'Cause you're probably
Wonder
thinking-
Woman. Because of
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
yeah.
I was like,
They're on the right track.
and Joss Whedon, came in and did some stuff on that. Who knows exactly what, but so there was some parts of me that I was like, this is going to be it. They're turning things around, and it was just nonsense most of the time. I feel like we've already said a lot about it, so I won't go into it much more than that. And Force Awakens would be up there too, because everyone. Well, we don't need to say any more about that either, I don't think.
Speaking
yeah.
of Justice League, has anyone seen Mission Impossible, the new one? Like
The new
The
one.
Fallout?
reason why
The reason
they
Justice
had
League had this week.
yeah, there's like
No,
no one's you haven't seen it either, right? No, I'm trying
I've
to.
heard pretty
I've heard great things. I just I want to know if it was worth.
Yeah.
Like
the
it's
only
not,
Mission
but-
Impossible I've seen is 2.
I've
The
seen
one is the worst one.
the only ones I've seen are like the newer ones, so Ghost
Okay.
Protocol and
Yeah.
Rogue Nation.
That's I
They're
heard
good.
like the best one.
I'm hearing like this one that blows them all out of the
Yeah.
water. Fallout.
Mission
I've never
Impossible.
heard a 6 movie that gets so
Yeah.
good reviews and a
crazy.
franchise.
First one's still my favorite.
Yeah, I haven't.
Second one is me.
I've heard,
Third one's good, and I just found after that it's like one of the series that actually kind of got better.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, 3 is when it gets better, and I heard like people say 4 is like really good, and
Yeah,
I've
it
heard really
is.
good things about.
Yeah.
It's probably something we should all.
Yeah.
continue
I just
to
figured
think
out
about.
that one close chance.
did
If
anyone
someone seen
watch
Fallout.
Wonder Woman Superman?
So you haven't even seen Fallout?
No, no.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about because we're talking about
Yeah.
these movies so much that it's like,
No, I
want to see if his character's
is
worth.
that even out yet?
No, I think it's near like the latter end of being in theaters. It'll probably be out soon.
Yeah.
But
That'll definitely be one that
I don't think I've ever I think I've only ever seen Ghost Protocol in theaters. Other than that, Rogue Nation and Wait Till It Was Out because
I.
yes, they're good movies, but they're not like when they come out. I'm like, okay,
Which ones have you seen?
just
Ghost Protocol. and-
Rogue Nation.
Okay.
I've never seen the first 3,
I watched them all.
and from what I understand, I don't need to kind of see the first. I kind of get the
No,
gist
you-
of what the movies are.
I'm gonna watch them all.
It's like Die Hard. You can watch them individually.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you missed anything.
None of them are really like they're
They-
the same
They
characters.
can tie in, so like
Yeah.
if you watch the first one, you'll get little things, but it's not enough to
Yeah.
offset if you never watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can go in there and you one of them and be
Yeah.
satisfied.
You can watch the fifth one and be like, that could be its own thing and never have to have 4
Right.
movies previously.
Okay, moving on to the list.